Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be reacting to the new Retribution Paladin talent trees, the Spec tree and the Retribution tree, because if you don't know, I am a Retribution Paladin main, as you probably saw from an earlier video where I did a Mythic Plus video, which is my longest video on this channel. So yeah, I'll be reacting to these talents, so let's just get straight into it. So far it looks like we start off with Hammer of Wrath and Retribution and Crusader auras. Which... wait. When a party or raid member within 40 yards takes more than 50% of their health and damage, you gain Seraphim for 6 seconds. Cannot occur for more than once every 30 seconds. I feel like that's a huge buff to the Crusader Retribution aura, because that means you'll pretty much be getting Seraphim all over the place, especially if you combine it with Tierseer, if that is a talent in this. Alright, so it looks like the other two specs start off with Blessing of Freedom, which yeah, I'll take that, and Lay on Hands, which I'll leave that for now. Concentration and Devotion auras. These look also the same, 30% damage and 30% shorter silence effects. So I'll take that. I'll take Divine Steed because it's literally our only movement ability. Yeah, a buff to our movement ability and even more buffs to our movement ability. Increases it by 2 seconds, so 2 charges of Divine Steed and 4 seconds long. 5 seconds long. Yeah. I've always liked this talent, so yeah, I'll take Fist of Justice. I've always thought it was better than Blinding Light and Repentance, so. Avenging Wrath, it's just like, you gotta have it, but it's weird that there might be a future for Paladins where you don't have to pick Avenging Wrath. Judgment Yard, Holy Power. Judgment causes the next 25% increased damage from your next Holy Power ability, of course. Blessing Protection, of course. Blessing of Sacrifice is here. Blesses a party or raid member, reducing their damage taken by 30%, but you suffer 100% of the damage prevented. Last 12 seconds or until transfer damage would cause you to fall. I'll leave that for now. Holy Avenger, your holy power generation is triple for 20 seconds. I've always felt like there was a bad talent. And, oh, this is a choose one. So, Divine Purpose, which is holy powers abilities, have a 15% chance to make your next holy power ability free and deal 20% increased damage and healing. I've always gone with that. Literally right now in game I am using that. I feel like it's always been good. And it is good. Alright, what's this? Haste increase by 2%, just gotta have it. Interrupt, gotta have it. Or mounted on your charger, or under the effects of Crusader aura, the ranges of Crusader Strike, Hammer of the Righteous, Templar's Verdict, Rebuke, and Hammer of Justice. And ooh, so we auto-attacking Father. Your damaging holy power spending abilities deal 10% increased damage, 20% increased damage, that's insane. Speed and Avoidance, that's always good. And I gotta pick one more. So, Lay on Hands, I guess. Because, you know, it can save you from thing. Also, I'm looking at this from Wowhead because I do not have DragonFlight Alpha access. I have not been invited, and I'm okay with that. Cooldown on Avenging Wrath, so what is this, 3 minutes right now, and it'll be 2 minutes, most likely. Just gotta go with that. Reduces the cooldown of your Divine Shield, and Shield of Vengeance, and Divine Lay on Hands. That has always been a good one. I'm not using that right now in currently, because I think I'm using this one over it. But I like now that I can have that one and that one. Both pretty good. Sanctified Wrath or Seraphim? I mean, with Crusader or Retribution Aura, I'm already pretty much getting Seraphim all the time. So, and they only last for 15 seconds, and the Crusader Aura, Retribution Aura gets it for 6 seconds. So, right now I'm using Sanctified Wrath, so I'd rather go with that. Concentration, concentration's not that good, but I've heard that it's been really buffed in these trees. So, damage increased by 10%, well that's an example of that. Touch of the Light. Your spells and abilities have a chance to cause your target to erupt in blinding light, dealing 87 holy damage or healing an ally with 102 health. That's probably a lot more. That's probably like when you reach level 10 it'll do that. Oh, well, this is level 60, but you know. Touch of Light. Choosing one. So incandescing. I don't know how to say that. Each holy power you spend has a 5% chance to cause your concentration to flare up, dealing medium holy damage to up to 5 enemies standing within it. So yeah, if you each holy power, it's bound to be 15% then, because unless there's 2 holy power and 1 holy power abilities in this tree, but so far I don't think that is. So 15% chance, so that's not a bad chance. And you know, more AoE abilities. Seal of the Crusader. Approximately 3 procs per minute. Your attacks have a chance to apply a debuff on the target, causing them to take 5% increased holy damage for 5 seconds. Stacks 3 times. 15% holy damage increased. And all of our abilities are pretty much holy damage, except for like Blade of Justice and Crusader Strike, which is physical damage. But yep. Take all 3 of that. How many do I have now? 3 points. This. Hammer of Wrath and Judgment deal 10% increased damage. That's pretty good. And extend Avenging Wrath by 0.5 seconds. So longer Avenging Wrath the more we throw Hammer of Wrath and Judgment. That is pretty good. I have 2 more points. During Avenging Wrath, your mastery is increased by 4%. If mastery still does the same thing, which I predict it will, it means we'll do 4% more holy damage per stack. This is a party or raid member granting immunity to magical damage and harmful effects for 10 seconds. I am gonna go with that. Two of that because I only had enough points. Can I sacrifice one or something? I'll just take it like this. Alright, now let's move on to the Retribution tree. Retribution tree. So it looks like we start off with Blade of Justice, which only generates 1 holy power right now. Art of War. Auto attacks have a 12% chance to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice. Always got to take that. Divine Storm. Yeah, deals reduced damage beyond 5 targets. Whirl of Divine Energy, dealing damage to everyone. Got to take that. Crusader Strike now has 2 charges. You know, just to build up more holy power. I feel like you should take that. Blade of Justice generates 1 additional holy power. Again, that helps with building holy power. Your Blade of Justice critical hits cause the target to burn for 20% of the damage dealt every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. Now this is a conduit we have in game, but this is just a lower version of that. But I like this conduit, so. Judgment. Increases the critical strike chance of your Blade of Justice, which means we'll get more procs of 20% of the damage dealt, since it's Blade of Justice critical hits, so. Shield of Vengeance creates a barrier of holy light. When the shield expires, it bursts to inflict holy damage equal to the total amount absorbed divided among all nearby enemies. Ooh, Wake of Ashes. Alright. Blade of Justice cast with Art of War shatters the earth while emerging. Casting Concentration has its own concentration limit. Does that mean we can have 2 concentrations? I think so, so I'll take that. Oh, this one, Crusader Strike has a 15, reduces the cooldown of Crusader Strike by 15% and grants it a 15% chance to make your next ability consume one less holy power. I've always thought that was a good talent, but you know, it was this talent, Blade of Wrath. Art of War resets the cooldown of Blade of Justice 100% more often and increases damage. That was the better option in the row. And then the other option in the row was Crusader Strike has a 15% chance to make your next Divine Storm free and deal 25% additional damage. Which, combined with Divine Purpose and, yeah, for a lot of free Holy Power and Divine Storms. So I'll pick Empyrean Power over Fires of Justice. Path? Oh my god. What's going on here? Path of Ruin. Replaces Wake of Ashes with Path of Ruin. Replaces Wake of Ashes. Oh, Path of Ruin. 15-second cooldown. 45-second cooldown. But it costs 3 holy power. Generates 3 holy power. Lash out dealing, is that more damage? That's less damage. It's 15-second cooldown. 12 yards. 12 yards. In front of you and reducing their movement speed by 50. Is that 35? 50? Yeah. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. This is damage beyond chicken targets. No. Damage reduced beyond 1 target. But it costs 3. I don't really want another 3 holy power ability. Ashes to Dust. Art of War has a 35% chance to reset the cooldown of Wake of Ashes instead of Blade of Justice. I do Ashes to Dust because then we get more. This is our current tier set in game right now for Zereth Mortis. And that means we'll get more procs of Wake of Ashes, which means more 3 holy power generations, which means more Templar's Verdicts we can cast, more Divine Storms that can combine with Divine Purpose, and yeah, and if I get that as well, you know, free Divine Storms and free Templar Verdicts. Templar's Verdicts. Alright. Oh, our 2 healing talents. Cooldown, Selfless Healer. Yeah, same. These do the same thing right now in game. So I always go with Healing Hand. Well, I did go with Selfless Healer for a while, but I switched to Healing Hands, which is better for still have 16 points. Divine. Oh, this is our current. This is the legendary in game. This is one I use. So I'll use that because if we get more Divine Storm procs with Divine Purpose and Empyrean Power, that means it will do more damage, cast more. What's next? Up here. Increases damage dealt by judgment by 10%, always can use that. Righteous Verdict. I thought that was Templar's Verdict for a second. I thought we weren't going to get that. Templar's Verdict increases the damage of your next Templar's Verdict by 15%. Enemies hit by your Divine Storm take 50% more. Ooh. And enemies within it have. Ooh, that's really good. Every 10 seconds. Oh, that's Inner Power is a Torghast spell right now. Every 10 seconds in combat, you gain 1 holy power. Concentration periodic damage is it. I'll go with this one. Concentration periodic damage has a chance to grant you 1 holy power, just because I know it's a chance instead of guaranteed, but you never know. It might happen a lot more. And concentration's periodic damage is fast, so it might just give me constant holy power. It might, yeah. Oh, Exorcism. This is back. Blasts the target with holy light, causing damage, holy damage, and burns the target for an additional 20% of attack power. Holy damage for every 2 seconds. Applies the damage over time effect to nearby enemies if the target is standing within your concentration, and stuns undead targets for 5 seconds. Jeez, that's overpowered. I have 10 points left. Hand of Hindrance, yeah, just slow. Judgment grants you Virtuous Command for 5 seconds. 5 seconds? Oh, this is buff, but also 5% additional holy damage, which grants you 10 plus Verdict Crusader Strike, Blade of Justice, and auto attacks to deal 5 additional holy damage. So it's, if we stack these twice, which I will, it will be 10 seconds to do 5 extra damage. But that means, and Judgment has like a 11-second cooldown, so it'll happen a lot. When you benefit from Art of War, you gain Seraphim for 2 seconds. 4 seconds. Oh, so Retribution Aura, under 50% Seraphim for 60 seconds. Oh my god, I'm getting Seraphim everywhere. Final Reckoning. Oh, I used to use this at the beginning of Shadowlands, and then Sanctified Wrath became better. Calls down a blast of heavenly energy, dealing 250% of attack power, holy damage to all targets in the target area, and causing them to take 50% increased damage from your holy power abilities for 8 seconds. While off cooldown, your attacks have a high chance to kill down a bolt that deals. I would pick this because it's just, I feel like it's way better. Then if I get that and that at the same time instead of having to pick between one, that's way better than having to pick between one. So. Divine Toll is back. I use this currently right now. It is my I am Kyrian. Instantly cast Avenger's Shield. Instantly cast Judgment on up to 5 targets within 30 yards. Divine Toll's Judgment deals 100% increased damage. Oh! After casting Divine Toll, you instantly cast every 5 seconds this effect lasts. Wait, the thing about Divine Toll though is that the conduit that came with it, which was Divine Toll's Judgment, has a chance to do 3 more times on the main target, which was, well, in my opinion, what made it really good. But that's not here anymore. I mean, I will still take it for now. Your 10 plus Verdict has a 15% chance to make a deal. Eye for an eye, surround yourself. Thing, both of these are bad. Increased critical strike. Like of that, another additional 10% though. I guess I'll just go for that because that's 30% over 10%. Execution sentence. Never thought it was good. 10 plus Verdict extends the duration of your active execution sentence on the target by 1%. Can't extend it, so it can be up for 16 seconds and deal 20% more damage over 16 seconds. That's pretty nice, but spending holy power grants you 1% haste per finisher for 12 seconds, taking up to 3 times. That is something. This is a legendary. Vanguard's Momentum. Hammer of Wrath has 1 extra charge and increases holy damage done by 30% for 2% for 10 seconds, taking 3 times. I actually also had that. This actually used to be my legendary at the beginning of Shadowlands. Well, actually, I was a rogue at the beginning of Shadowlands, and I switched to Retribution Paladin, and this was my legendary because I stacked it with being able to use it with 20% increased critical strike chance and Avenging Wrath and Ashen Hollow, which increased the damage of Hammer of Wrath by 100%. So I stacked it with that, and when it was still Castle Nathria, I'd get like 14k crits, which is pretty nice. And then the last one on this row is Final Verdict. Replaces 10 by Verdict. Has a 15% chance to activate Hammer of Wrath and reset its cooldown. That would stack with that very well. But then again, Final Verdict would be better in PvP. Alright, what's these? Crusade. Call upon the light and begin a crusade, increasing your haste by 3% for 25 seconds. Each holy power spent during crusade increases the haste by additional 3%, maximum 10 stacks, so 30% increased damage and haste. If Avenging Wrath is known, also grants 30% damage per stack. That's not that good because it might take you a bit to generate 10 stacks, and it might be gone by the time you do. Call upon the light and become an avatar of Retribution, increases your critical strike chance by 20% for 20 seconds. If Avenging Wrath also grants 20% increased damage. Wait a minute. So wait, does this no longer increase your critical strike chance? Oh no, Avenging Wrath no longer increases your critical strike chance by 20%. So yeah, 30 out of 30, 31 out of 30. This is my Retribution talent choices. It might change if I get changed over the time. Then again, I'll have to come back here because I do not have DragonFlight Alpha Access. Please, Blizzard, I want DragonFlight Alpha Access, you know, so I make that good content. Anyway, so I hope this video is helpful on your choices if you play or thinking to play a Retribution Paladin in DragonFlight. I do hope this helps. This is one of my longer videos. So far I've been recording for 22 minutes. Just explaining each one of these abilities. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Yeah, that's my Retribution talents so far for DragonFlight. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!